do it.
All right. Let me silence my John. There we go. You don't hear John out there too much, do you?
Nah, no one says that out here. I kind of lost it too. I've been out here 15 years, man. It's fucking too long.
Oh, man. All right.
So we are live.
Yeah, we are.
And now
Cool.
the wife.
Who's John and who's
yelled at me
Mr.
last
Steve,
week.
by the way?
I'm John. I'm the guy you were emailing with. That's Mr. Steve here
Okay.
in the Phillies cap.
My wife was yelling at me last week that she did not like this part of the show.
What, the sharing?
The sharing, because we go live. The people can see us right now.
Yep.
There's 2 people watching us already. And those people are like, why is this show not starting? So what's going on right now is John is sharing this to every beer group and pizza group that he is in, which is about 75 of them.
Nice.
So,
that's the cheesesteak one. Are you in the cheesesteak gurus? That one in Philly too?
I saw that one pop up and I haven't gotten on it yet.
Yeah.
Is it a big group?
It's a big group, yeah.
I keep looking at you on John's computer when I can look at you on my phone.
Yeah. I'm just looking at y'all on my laptop. So are we drinking while we do this too? While we wait for people to join?
No. I'm gonna crack. I still have half my porter over there.
You didn't bring a glass. You effed up.
I know it's all the way over there. I'm gonna have to get up. God damn
You're
it.
gonna have to do like a Jedi mind trick to get it over here. So while we're sharing and John's picking up to get his beer, getting up to pick up his beer, we have an app. I don't think the people. There is an MBN network app. You get the app. All the shows are on there. You just click on your favorite show. It's playing for you. Nice. MBN network. Check it out. Go on your app store. What's the Android people have, John?
A Google Play Store.
Google Play Store.
Google Play Store.
Google Play. Get on it. Get the app.
Get that app, y'all.
I can't wait to talk about the other app.
Oh yeah, we're going to get into that.
Fanciest shit I've ever seen.
That's crazy.
You guys check it out. Nice.
Oh yeah.
You're a graphic artist. You need to give him a raise.
That's what's up. He just hit us up for one, so it's good time for that. Yeah.
All right, let me grab my glass.
It's coming, people. We're coming. The start of the show is coming. Don't worry. John's putting down his little homemade porter he's got going on here.
Yeah, dude, I do the same thing because I do a show called Catch a Play with Paulie where I interview people. I've probably only done like 15 of them or something like that, but we do half where it's pre-recorded, half where it's Instagram Live, and that's always an awkward moment when you turn on your Instagram Live and you're waiting for your guest to join, or were you just remembering what the heck you wanted to talk about or anything? So it's definitely awkward at the beginning.
So you see this right here on the screen. I'm going to do this every so often and pop up messages from people that are watching. And all right, I think we're ready to rock. You ready to do this?
Let's do a podcast.
All right, here we go.
The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
I did it again.
You did do it again. I tried to get you before you did it again, but you did it again. Now we're ready to record a podcast.
I got to hit the record button
before
we do that. Let's see if I can get this.
The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
I'm glad you guys asked me to play a little piano tonight.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Might Be Brews, episode 53, the podcast where we explore the people, places, and brews of the craft beer world. My name is John. With me, as always, Mr. Steve. How you doing over there?
When I plugged the new Captain America 2 weeks ago, I might have been a little premature. I'm just putting that out there.
I still am behind.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
I watched like half of an episode, but I still have, I think, 2.5 episodes left.
There's the finale is out tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to catch up.
So good.
We'll see. We will see. Our special guest today, the CEO of Great Notion Brewing Company, Paul Ryder.
Right.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for having me out. How you doing today?
Doing awesome, man. Yeah.
Awesome. I really appreciate you hanging out. I'm so looking forward to this. Your email came through at the perfect time. We were juggling guests. We had like a last minute issue with one of our guests, and we tried to pull up somebody, and then you emailed and said, "Hey, man," and I was like, "This is perfect," because everything just went live with you guys, and so I'm super pumped for that. Real quick, before we get into the questions, let's talk about mbnnetwork.com. It's never been easier to find your new favorite podcast. The website is revamped. Also, make sure you check out the MBN Network mobile app. Go to, was it iTunes Store,
App Store,
on the App Play Store. Go find that. Make sure you look us up on YouTube. Search for MBN Network. Find our live streams, podcast episodes, and the all-new preview review. And Yesterday in 5 Minutes is coming back as well. So we've got tons and tons of daily content on our YouTube page. Search for mbnnetwork.com. Help us make the show bigger and better than ever before. Become a patron on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/mbnnetwork. Sign up to get bonus episodes and entered into monthly giveaways. We're getting really close to doing that next monthly giveaway. We've got this awesome grab bag from Great Lakes Brewing. We've got mugs, glasses, stainless steel
straws, your reusable straws,
beer soap, signs, stickers, pens, all kinds of cool stuff. So we're going to be giving that away here in the next week or so. Shout out to our sponsors, Eunomia CBD. Go to eunomiacbd.com. Use promo code MBN for 20% off free shipping and a free gift. That's eunomiacbd.com. And our latest sponsor, Linode.com. Accelerate innovation with Linode's simple, affordable, and accessible Linux cloud solutions and services. Go to linode.com/MBN, create an account, and get a $100 credit. All right, so we are back, Paulie. The first question we always ask new guests, what was your gateway beer? If you can think back to one of your first craft beers, or maybe that beer that hooked you and got you into the craft beer scene, what do you think that was? Tell us about that experience.
Sure. Probably like Boddington, I guess, back in Philly. So I know this is a Philly area podcast, right? I own a brewery out in Portland, Oregon, but from Philadelphia originally, Temple University. Someone put me down with a Boddington's way back in the day, or Sammy Smith's, like a nut porter or something like that. Brown nut ale. Sorry, nut brown ale. Something like that first got me into it. And then when I moved to Portland in 2001 is when I really just started to get entrenched in this scene, right? And we have back in the day, so Bridgetown, there's Whitmer, right? So Whitmer Hef originally was one that just, became a diehard fan right away, probably from the Whit Hef. Yeah.
What year were you at Temple?
98 to 2001.
I don't know when it got closed down, but I may or may not have been arrested for underage drinking at the Salad Alley.
Yeah, dude.
Is the Salad Alley still open then?
I don't remember, dude. Honestly, I can't remember. Sorry.
It was that little joint.
I started at Millersville. I went to Millersville 95 to 98. And then I don't know why I said 01. I graduated Temple December 99. Sorry. It's hard to remember everything that happened back then.
Oh, geez. I can't remember what happened yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're a Philly guy. I mean, what was it like coming up in the area in Philly? What was the craft beer scene like back then? And how did you end up on the West Coast and eventually in the beer industry?
I mean, all I can remember about craft beer, because I wasn't too diehard into it then, or maybe I was starting to be right as we left and would just go to Monk's all the time and fucking blow my head off on those wings, if you remember. I guess that was like probably my time spent in craft beer was just basically Monk's back then. So I was more into other things at the time. I was way more into like hip hop and trying to run a hip hop record label, trying to be a famous rapper or something like that back in the day is what I was really into.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, my brother for sure is tried to be a famous rapper for a while. Maybe still wants to be. My brother produces our show and the network and everything like that.
Oh, cool.
We're cracking a beer right
now. Your
listeners
were in the hip hop, between like 98 to 2000, 2, you might remember Arrakis Records. So I always put on tons of shows downtown at like the Khyber and Silk City. Those were kind of our stomping grounds back then.
Wow.
It's so funny. We're like, okay, we're going to have this guy from Great Notion on to talk beer. And we're talking late 90s
the underground
hip-hop.
hip hop scene.
We're talking Temple U. We're talking Millersville.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So, all right, what Great Ocean beers you got there?
So this one that we're going to crack right now is Jammy Pants.
Nice, dude. I have one pretty similar Onyx Eye. This one just came out, but it's very similar to a Jammy Pants, except there's darker colored fruits to get that color. So,
okay. So
let's see.
What is the deal with what's the deal with you guys? No, what's
the deal with beer?
Yeah. So like when I had like a very limited exposure to Great Notion, I immediately thought of you as a sour and stout company. I mean, it says something like that on the can, and definitely the first few beers that I had was double stack blueberry muffin. I think were the ones that we were getting in trades and stuff like that.
Yeah, those were the most hyped up ones that we put out, definitely.
For sure. But then shout out to our buddy Brett. He started trading with, or he's been trading with a buddy on the West Coast for a long time.
Right.
And we started getting the IPAs. And I'm like, dude, the IPAs are some of the best out there. Like, it's crazy that you guys are able to like have that reputation for that style, but then also kill the ones that, you know, you're maybe not on the radar for yet. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we were first known for. So when we were the first brewery really to put out like a hazy IPA in the whole Northwest. So it was It was the summer of 2015 that we bought an existing brew pub, and we finally got our brewing license at the end of the year. And so one of the first beers the first beer we ever brewed was Juice Jr. And so, you know, being out in Portland, Oregon, right, this is where everyone had 8 billion IBUs, like the hoppiest of IPAs, right? And we came out with hazy IPAs, and everyone didn't know. It blew their minds. They're like, what the fuck is this? This isn't an IPA. They call us liars, fakes. They make shitty IPAs, right? People would say, but little by little, we're like, nah, dude, this didn't. What used to be called New England style, right? Now it's called hazy IPAs, right? So people are like, no, it's the New England style. You got to check it out, right? You heard of Treehouse, you heard of Alchemist, whatever, you know, companies like that, right? So people were curious, right? And they were really interested in trying it. And then once they had a taste, they were hooked, though. So yeah, so that's what we were first known for, was Juice Jr. and Ripe. And then Ripe is our all Citra IPA. That won #1 IPA in a blind 387, I think, IPAs is what Pace Magazine tested. We won #1. That was 2018.
That's amazing. So, okay, so you guys did like just really hit it off with the IPAs. And when do you think, if you could try to figure out that timeline from when you opened? I got to give another shout out to Brett, because he was telling me a story earlier.
Damn,
him and his buddy Seth out there in Portland, I guess. And you said you opened your doors in 2016?
It was January 1st, 2016 was the first day we legally poured a beer for people.
So I think it was I think he said it was in the summer, and that, what did he say? They were, let's see. Oh, he went to a chicken and biscuit place.
Yeah, right next door. Biscuits. They made these
like,
famous.
Oh, yeah, I guess they were super excited for the chicken and biscuits, and they're like, oh, there's a brewery next door. Let's check that out. And found you guys, I guess, like early 2016. And then when he came home, they just kept, you know, trading those beers.
Nice.
But he texted me. He's like, that's such a great memory of just, you know, stumbling upon your place by accident and finding one of the best breweries in the country.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, Brett.
Amazing. Yeah.
So John kind of touched on, when I see it on the website, it's a passion for hops and a patience for sours. So did you guys start off with that mindset, or did you kind of grow into that mindset?
No, we did. We actually just kind of moved away from that slogan at the beginning of the year. Now we just keep beer fun. That's kind of the new slogan, just new fun shit with the way we sell it, the way we brew it, the way our customers get the beers and everything. But yeah, we started out by like really focusing on barrel aged sours. The customers were just so hype on the kettle sours there, right? The Berliner Weisses, the fruited sour beers like Blueberry Muffin or Big Papaya. And now we have a slew of them. Now we have a whole like Fruit Monster series. Basically every fruit you could think of, we turn into a kettle sour, and it's fun, man. It's super easy sipping when it's hot out. And they're kind of like beginner beers for people who say they don't like beer. When they taste Blueberry Muffin, it's kind of like, oh, beer can be fun too. It doesn't have to just be overly hoppy beers, or maybe what a lot of people think of as like a boring lager, you know, or my dad's lager, for example, you know.
It's a special thing, I think, when a brewery can make that when they can transcend the beer nerds who can appreciate like, holy crap, can you like just the flavors that are going on, but then also attract somebody who's like a beer novice, let's say, who's used to like those Miller Lights and the High Lifes and whatever, but then can try something like a blueberry muffin and be completely blown away just as much as a beer nerd.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I hated the overly hoppy beers too myself. Sorry, everyone out there listening, but it wasn't my passion. And then when I tried, my one business partner, James, he was trying to make a Heady Topper clone in his garage. Right. And this is kind of how we started with Juice Jr. and Ripe. And it blew my mind, dude, because I never had a hazy IPA in 2014. Right. And that's when we started talking about opening a brewery. And I was just like, holy shit, I couldn't believe that this was an IPA. I was like, I thought I hated IPAs. And I don't know how many people, I've heard thousands of people say that now over the 5 years that we've been open. Like, I thought I hated IPAs. And then they fall in love with, one of our hazy IPAs, for example.
So you weren't into the IBU wars when we had to try and get 100 plus IBUs in the beer?
So my partners were James and Andy were. So I don't know if you want the background story. I'll give you the 2-second version. But we were founded by 3 neighbors. So Paul, James, and Andy. Right, we all live on the same block. And James and Andy, they're the home brewers. They literally live across the street, like kitty corner, across the street from each other. And they started becoming buddies and talking about beer. I think Andy was walking by and saw James homebrew in his garage one time back in like 2012 or something like that. So they started brewing together, becoming buddies, talking about maybe opening a brewery. And then I think it was 2014, we had a block party, and, they got me drunk on their homebrew. And, I might've been grabbing some pizza and walking back with my kids. And they're like, dude, just come here, have some more of our beers. Try this. And James is like, Willy Wonka is in his garage, going to his garage. And he's got all these bottles of like homebrew competition beers he's won or has been aging, and he's like, try, and he just starts handing me like 20 things, just like Willy Wonka and Charlie Chocolate Factory. And my mind was blown. I was like, dude, why aren't you guys doing this professionally? Why don't you have a brewery? And they're like, well, we talked about maybe opening a brewery one day, but we don't know what to do. We don't know who to talk to, how to raise money, or any of that stuff. And I had got my MBA. I worked at a company called Smarsh downtown here in Portland, selling technology, and I was looking for something fun to do or something new to do too. And I was like, dude, I'll help you. I was like, I love talking to banks and lawyers and media, doing podcasts and shit like that. They're like, we just want to make beer. We don't want to talk to anyone, dude. They're like, we just literally want to make beer and drink beer. I was like, I got you. Let's do this. And so that's kind of how it all started, man. And so still today, or if you fast forward to today, we're still in charge of the 3 things we love. Like, Andy's a scientist at heart. He's got a biology background. So I call him the scientist, right? And he's in charge of our production facility, scaling beers up, quality control. James, I call the artist, dude. He's the inventor. He's the Willy Wonka. He's like, dude, let's throw ice cream and fucking blue cheese and apples into a beer, right? Or whatever. That's James. And I'm what they call the business guy, right? I do all the other shit. I look at the numbers. I talk to media. I love marketing. I love social media. And, so we fit really well. I feel like we fit like Voltron. And I feel like that's why we're really successful. Where a lot of these other breweries, they're owned by the brewer who's also forced to do the business stuff he or she hates,
Yeah, that's an incredible it's an incredible way that it worked out, because I was thinking that as you were talking, like there's companies that we know where the brewers have to take on the ownership position and they hire other people to brew for them and things like that, or they just get stretched too thin. And maybe it's an overhead thing, who knows, at the beginning, but man, it's really cool that you guys planned it out that way and that you have that excitement and that energy to spread the word. And I don't know what it is about the way you guys do things, because like I love that you guys have this identity. You've found an identity, I feel like, so well, looking at it from a marketing perspective. Your logo, the cans, the theme of the characters, it makes me think of the Pacific Northwest just looking at your can. You know what I mean? The trees.
That's what we wanted, man.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I think about how well that was done, because I get that feeling like I want to throw a flannel on to drink this beer.
You should,
you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, I just feel like I want to go grab an axe and chop a tree down.
And there's no doubt when you walk past a can on the shelf that it's a Great Notion beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I love hearing that, dude. That's why I always want our shit to be identifiable, I also don't want to be on store shelves either. We love selling things direct to customers,
Yeah, I think that's for sure. So I guess that's a good transition.
He gave it to you, John. He teed it up for you.
I know, right? So what's that been like? I mean, as you're growing, you're becoming more popular.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like if I put my shoes into one of these crazy hype breweries, like, what is that? How do you juggle this? That you want to be direct to consumer, you want to be fresh, you want to keep the hypeness up, but you also want to sell a shit ton of beer and make money, and and be a successful business, not just a brewery that's popular or a local favorite or something. So how do you guys think you approach that? And once you started to grow notoriety, how do you do that balancing act?
Yeah, it's something we debate every week. So we have an owner meeting every Wednesday, and that comes up every time. We want to grow, but we want to stay cool. And since there's 3 partners at Great Notion, right? And my 2 other partners, they want to grow at a much slower clip than I do. I'm the go. I'm from Philly, dude. I'm a hustler. Like, let's do this, dude. Let's grow, right? Plus I got an MBA, and I don't know. I want to keep it fun, keep it fast moving, right? And they're like, nah, dude, slow down, chill, bro, right? My one guy, Andy's from the South. James is from Pennsylvania, but a little further outside of Philly, so they want to slow down. Either way, dude, we keep trying to sell direct to customers, and that's why we kind of jumped ahead of the curve a couple of years ago, thinking about an app, saying that, you know what, we want to keep selling direct to customers. How can we do that unless we have $500,000 every time we want to open a new location or whatever? And in my head, mine and one of my friends, Sam, who I used to work with, he was like, dude, just start an app. Like, how about a virtual location? Are you allowed to ship beer? And then we started looking in the shipping laws a couple of years ago. And I know a lot of people are doing that now, right? There's a couple friendly states. I think there's 8 of them that let you ship right into them from any state, right? There's about 8 of them, right? But now we've been able to, I call it unlock a couple other states by just meeting different regulations that you have to meet. It sucks that beer is way behind wine, and you got to fucking jump through 8 billion to be able to ship into every new state. There's all this paperwork. There's a lot of money. Some of them you have to send in every single label of every beer you're going to send in. And then we can talk about the limits. Pennsylvania's limits fucking suck, dude.
They suck.
True.
We're only allowed to mail sell half a case of beer to a customer each month. That's horrible, dude.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it. And I don't know, some breweries that I've ordered from just like ship you whatever. And then other times it's like, and I don't know. And then some just, follow the rules and they do what they're supposed to. And that's cool too. But yeah, it is wild. I mean, Pennsylvania's always had extremely weird liquor laws.
Extreme.
Yeah. I mean, but I know
the deal, dude. Yeah, I grew up in Philly. I know the deal, man.
Yeah.
You got to go into the pizza shop, get 2 6-packs, bring them back out to your car.
Yeah.
Go back in, get 2 more 6-packs, bring them back into your car. Like, they didn't just see me. I took off my hat.
Yeah.
I'm a different guy.
So, talk about the marketing and the characters and things like that. So, cool. Who's the designer maybe that designed these characters? And
let's give a big shout out to Chad. Let's give a big shout out to Chad Eaton. He's the illustrator. Everyone follow him. He's at Timber PS on Instagram. His artwork's sick. He's got his own store where you can buy all of his own artwork. He does a lot of work for Element Skateboards too. And so I think it was like 5 years ago, James might have just been looking for some artwork for our first brew pub. And I feel like he just Googled like lumberjack artwork and found Chad Eaton had some real cool shit. And we bought a painting from him, hung it up on the wall. And everyone that worked there loved it. All the customers loved it. So we kept buying more of his stuff to hang up on the wall. And then eventually, after we figured out we finally need to start selling some cans instead of just crowlers.
Right.
We commissioned him. We said, hey, dude, we have our 5 like customer favorite beers, because we have like 5, we call them flagship beers, but then we keep coming out with new shit every week. But we're like, dude, let's start with these 5. We're willing to pay X amount of dollars per can, if you're down with something like that. What do you think? And here's our rough ideas: that we want a forest background, but a different character on the front to change depending on the beer. And that's how it all started, man. We gave him some rough ideas of what we were thinking. He had like a real cool skeleton and like a bear and a Sasquatch already. And we're like, dude, can you tweak it a little bit? We want it to look a little more like this. And we want the bear to be juggling these blueberry muffins. Can you do something like that? And so he did. And, we've been working together now. It's been like at least 3-4 years. He's done at least 100 characters, or at least 100 labels. But I feel like we're up to like at least 30 different characters now too. We kind of want to do, I remember there was one Simpsons episode or something like that, or maybe it's, I can't remember, but I feel like it's like every character from the Simpsons, like all in one picture. So I kind of want to pay Chad at one point to do something like that too. I just know it'll cost an arm and a leg for him to sit there and draw that forever, dude. You know?
I used to have that poster.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
The Simpsons one with
everybody?
everybody?
It was just everybody.
Yeah, that was rad, dude. Yeah, so we might do something like that in the future too. But Chad's dope, man. He's sick. I highly recommend you guys cop your own like skateboard from him or hat or whatever. His shit's badass.
That's awesome.
Yo, here, just to give him a quick shout out, he's got this side thing he does called Feelings too. It's pretty rad corduroy hat there for Feelings.
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look him up on Instagram.
He actually did his blanket, so whatever, dude. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about COVID. You know, what did you guys have to do when COVID hit and things got crazy and nobody could go anywhere? You know, how was that in your neck of the woods, and how did you guys, you know, pivot or change your approach on things?
Yeah, thanks, man. I don't know why I said thanks, but yeah, let's just say this. It was a horrible fucking time for everyone, but we were very fortuitous in the fact that we started working on our app a year and a half prior to COVID, and we're planning on rolling it out that summer, you know, last summer. And so we kind of just fast tracked it, paid a little more to the developers, worked on a little more to try to roll it out in the spring. So basically COVID hit like mid-March last year, and we dropped the first version of our app mid-April. So literally a month later, we were already prepared, you know, I don't know, man, call it foresight, call it whatever, dude, but we started working on some stuff like that. And so luckily for us, working at a brewery, owning a brewery, people drink during good times and bad, right? So people still wanted beer, you know, when times are shitty, they definitely wanted to drink more. I know me and my wife and family, you know, we drank basically every day of 2020, right? You know, you're stuck, dude, right? So we were still selling beer, man. It sucked having to close the places because we had restaurants too out in Portland. Brew pubs are the big deal out here.
Sure.
So most of our places were brew pubs. So we had to close the restaurants down and just set up pickup locations where we could still drop a beer on the app. People could come line up 6 feet away, wear your mask, come pick the beer up. But luckily for us, we had a good brand and, you know, good name, and we were still dropping hot beers. Our brewers were still willing to come in and grind and hustle, you know, and so things worked out okay for us, and God bless, no one got hurt and no one got COVID on the squad, you know.
Yeah, right. So did you guys get do you guys push a lot of kegs out locally?
We don't know. We try to sell almost all of our beer direct to customers, so we don't do much distribution at all. Like literally 90-something% of our beer is sold direct.
That's what's amazing to me is, like, you know, there's breweries that get real popular locally, but then, like, you know, they've got a great name. You can get their cans in the distributor or wherever you buy your cans. You can go visit them. But then, like, if you go in any major restaurant or local restaurant around them, there's usually 2 or 3 beers on tap. When you find those breweries that don't do any of that and can self-sustain, it's always just amazing to me to think about, like, your branding and your product are at a completely higher level. You know what I mean? I think both of those things have to be equally as strong and 110% so that you have the ability to do that. You know, you're bringing the people to you. You don't need to go through those additional channels.
Mm-hmm.
So that's amazing. I mean, yeah.
We still do, I'd say, like, each month, and this is, just being fully transparent, each month we probably sell a few pallets of beer, maybe 5, I guess, right, pallets, wholesale, but we won't do it in the Portland market because Portland, they can come get our beer. We have 3 locations in Portland. We have 2 in Seattle. So if we do, you know, when we sell like those extra 5 pallets a month or something, we'll drop it on Boston one month, LA the next month, Philly the next month, wherever, you know. So that's what we'll do to keep it fresh, keep it hot in those different markets. But luckily we started shipping to 12 states, including Pennsylvania just dropped. So, you know, we're hoping to, I call it, unlock some other states that we're just not allowed to. There's just some extra things we have to do. So we're hoping to do that soon as well.
So is Pennsylvania live right now?
Pennsylvania's live, man. We went live a couple days ago. I tested it out by sending some beer out to a couple family members. Dude, my one buddy, was it my sister or my cousin? My one cousin got it for some reason in like 3 days, dude. I think we sent it on Tuesday. He got it maybe Saturday. What's that? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, dude, 4 days he got it. But then a bunch of my other family and buddies got it the following like Monday, Tuesday.
That's not horrible.
Yeah, that's
the
not
one dude said it was still cold, right? Which is awesome. My cousin, shout out to Alex. He got it, super quick, and his was still cold, which was dope. But then everyone else's, it was warm. But what do you expect, man? It's UPS ground. It's cross country. A couple ice packs in there. I don't know.
Do you guys have any worries about cans exploding?
We do for our like smoothie style beers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you guys, right? You're beer experts.
No, whoa. I'm not going to let you get away with that. We're expert drinkers.
What do you think? Have you had smoothie style beers yet? And should we be shipping them? What do you think?
I don't think you should be shipping them. if they're going to have that issue. I very much don't like that breweries will say, "Oh, you didn't keep that below 35 degrees. It's your fault that it blew up."
Yeah.
If it's serving out of the brew pub, do your thing. I can drink them. I can have maybe one. I can't have too many of them because it literally fills me up. But I would not ship them personally. Me.
Right. Cool.
I don't know, man. It's super popular. You see it all the time, but then like also all the beer groups that we're in, you just constantly see people posting those saturated packages, and the stains on people's ceilings, and things like that from the cans exploded. But I don't know. There's also other weird stuff going on where there's like extra fresh fruit and crazy higher or lower ABVs, and who knows what's going on with those. But
yeah, some of them
smoothies are literally like half fruit, dude. Like after the beer's done fermenting, we'll pour like literally half the can as fruit, unfermented fruit. So we're on the fence, man. Now that it's the global climate change, global warming, dude. It was like 80 in Portland, dude, in April, which it should not be. So I can't imagine what it's going to be this summer everywhere.
So
we might halt it. We'll see.
The low out here, I think, was supposed to be 35 either last night or tonight, maybe.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a freeze thing.
And next week it's supposed to be 88.
Yeah.
So in 1 week we're going to go from 35 to 88.
Hey, Ted Cruz just announced that climate change is real. So no,
did he?
Now,
look at Teddy boy. He found out when he was in Cancun.
He's got flip flops on.
Yeah.
So just so the people out here know, get the app, get the Great Notion app. They're shipping out here live. Get it out here. Get it in your face.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys.
Can we talk about it?
I hope that you're going to order, but what you really need to do is download the app and start playing around, because that was probably one of the most unexpected things that happened to me recently, is downloading this app and how immersive and
just how visual it is.
Yeah, visual,
it sounds dumb,
immersive, interactive. It's incredible. I want to try to bring up a.
Yeah, that would be cool if you could.
Dude, I don't know what to do. My phone.
Cool Chrome. So John and Mr. Steve, the cool shit, it's about to come and about. Oh, nice, dude. That's fucking awesome. You can do that. But the cool that's our website, right? Yep, cool shit's about to come, dude. We're finally adding our first video game into the app next month. Nice. and then 1 month later, we're gonna add these augmented reality characters, kind of like Pokemon Go.
No way.
It's going to be sick, man. Yeah, we've been spending a lot of time on it, man. We've been working on it for the past year or more, dude.
Well, dude, that's what's crazy is like, okay, everybody's, putting out stuff where you can order online, buy online, shipping directly.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is doing something like this. Like, I feel like it's like half game, half like, Untapped or ways where it's like,
yeah.
It's bringing you in and you get points for finding things, like just navigating the app and like putting in my address and putting a credit card on and like, doing those steps of setting up an account. You start getting points and you start.
Yeah, got you points, dude. So, you know what we're doing too? Can you remember back to being a kid, being at Chuck E. Cheese and playing skee ball? You get those little tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So dude, remember, I still do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what do you buy when you go to that little store, dude? We're gonna create a little store, kind of like that. We're gonna have those dumb little fucking like a dumb keychain or like Pop Rocks, GN flavored Pop Rock or whatever, dude. Bouncy balls. we're gonna come out with some weird, funky ass stuff like that, dude.
I want a Great Notion slap bracelet.
Ooh.
Dude, yes, man.
All
Yes,
day.
that's what I'm talking about, dude.
I'm a Chinese yo-yo.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, man, like I still to this day get excited for all of those games that give you tickets. Like I love when all that stuff, like you go to an arcade. I'd much rather go to an arcade.
Yeah, that's our whole shit. Like, dude, we have a coloring book. Like, serious. This is that shit, dude. Because we got all these fun characters, man. We're trying to bring them to life, like in different ways. Bring them to life, dude.
So we just cracked open a blueberry muffin.
Yes.
And I don't know if you remember the first time I had this beer, but why would you? But it might have been your first time too. We were at Frank's.
Yeah. I think it was too.
So John and I met at he used to run these bottle shares at Frank's that I used to go to all the time.
Not dirty Frank's downtown, right?
No.
We're in the suburbs.
R.I.P. Old Frank's. So somebody opened this beer.
It was Brett.
Was it Brett?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't Cope? Because Cope
Cope
has a hookup out there too, but it might have been.
I think it was Brett. He
had to be a good 12 feet across the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I could literally smell this beer open. I thought somebody I thought Fran, the cook that worked there, brought down blueberry muffins.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. We're getting dessert tonight. We're getting blueberry muffins. And it was this freaking beer.
Yeah.
And I've never understood how they could get that much smell into a beer to smell that much like a damn blueberry muffin.
Yeah, man.
When was that? If you had to guess, how many years ago was that?
Had to be 4.
Dude, you get shot for spreading rumors on that, or I'm sorry, for leaking the secret of the blueberry muffin. Blueberry muffin and double stack, man. We make people sign an NDA when they start Great Notion. There's like a couple beers you can't talk about. That's
wow. Yeah, I mean, what's crazy, I remember having that first blueberry muffin, cracking that beer and being like, just like you said, Mr. Steve, somebody just brought down fresh blueberry muffins. The nose on that thing is incredible. But I mean, has anything changed? Like, what do you guys do when you've got this fantastic recipe, but then you catch fire, you're getting popular, and you have to start reproducing that product at a much higher scale?
Dude, it was hard because at the beginning we literally threw Costco blueberry muffins in that beer. So we definitely had to. Well, number one, you're not allowed to do that with the federal government, it's a weird thing for breweries. We have to get recipe approval on any beers we want to, make, and I don't know. But yeah, so Brett, yes, the recipe has changed a little bit too over the years. It sucks when you have to change your recipes, definitely. But to make them fully scalable and also to make everything legal and stuff, you definitely have to figure out ways to make it happen.
It still had that even when you cracked this can. I knew exactly what it was from across the table. I could smell it immediately. So you still have that going on. But it's, man, this is still an amazing beer. But I just remember drinking it and being like, I can taste the crust part and the soft part of the muffin. Like it's crazy how much like texture you can almost perceive.
That toastiness.
Yeah.
Oh, so that part of blueberry muffin is technically like a flawed concept in the brewing industry too. And I'm not the brewer, right? So just remember when I say something right now. But there's something called like is it TFP or FTP? There's some acronym of a couple letters, and that part is technically a brewery flaw, but it works so well for that beer.
Interesting.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Doesn't make sense. All right. Well, good.
Somebody's going to check in a second.
Yeah, someone chime in on that. But there's like certain brewery flaws, right, or beer flaws if you're a Cicerone, right, and that's one of them. But it works so well for that beer.
Brett checked in. He said we had it at Frank's on June 7th, 2017.
Holy crap!
So I was pretty close on 4 years.
Yeah. Brett's on point, dude.
So that's crazy. That was only a year or so after you guys, year and a half maybe, after you guys opened your own spot.
Yeah, yes. You got it, dude. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you opened your doors in 2016, it's 2021. Quick math is 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you have how many locations? Like, how the F do you scale up that quickly and to that scale where you said what, 3 Portland, to Seattle?
Yeah, we have 3. So it sounds like we're bigger physical wise, but I guess barrelage wise, we're not as huge as like there's lots of other breweries that do way more barrels than we did. Like I think we did maybe 8,000 barrels last year. So that's not anything like too insane, you know, but we do have, so we have 5 locations plus the app now. We have 3 in Portland and 2 in Seattle. The 2 in Seattle are what we opened during the pandemic, dude. We opened Georgetown, Seattle last summer, and then Ballard opened like right after Christmas, dude, the week after Christmas. And that's been popping the hardest, dude. Ballard's like a sick neighborhood in Seattle where there's like 8 billion breweries and like a fucking 3-block radius or something like that. It's pretty rad. You guys should check it out sometime.
I was in Seattle in February.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I was there.
By the way, I always, just because I'm from Philly, New York is kind of like Portland, Seattle. You know, like Portland.
It's not too far.
It's kind of the same shit. Yeah, it's a couple-hour drive. You could do day trips or whatever. There's just more shit to do, right? Because it's a bigger city. You're always hating on the bigger city. You know, we're the underdog, whatever. You know, shit.
So how does that? I mean, I guess I'm just trying to imagine the business decisions there. You know, that many locations that quickly. But if there's not a lot of distribution and things going on,
right, and that's why, yeah, the goal was to keep selling everything direct to customers, right? And so we gotta come to them, right? If we're not putting our beer in their supermarket when they go to pick up the groceries too, we gotta then come to where they're at. So that's kind of the goal.
I mean, we always like. I guess I try to think of it from a business standpoint that the tap room is the most margin. That's the most profitable because you're pouring beer. There's no middleman. There's no no necessarily. You're just pouring, you know, a glass of beer for $5-6, and you know, giving somebody hopefully a great experience that keeps them coming back. You know, you guys have the name, the branding, so I'm sure you keep those tap room full. It's amazing that you guys can just open that many locations that quickly. I mean, we know businesses that are like 10 years old that are hoping to open a second location soon. To think 5 in 5 years is amazing. And I love how you keep considering the app like another location. That's like a really neat way to look at it. I also like how you call everything like you're unlocking it, like it's an Xbox achievement. You know what I mean? Or a PlayStation achievement. Like, you know, we've unlocked the next stage.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, that's same awesome. Thing. I don't know too much to comment on for that, but yeah, you hit it on the nail, dude. Yeah, that's what we're doing, and we try to make it fun when you come in. Tap rooms are definitely profitable, like you said, but also selling direct to customers. And that you know, the reason we want to do that too, it's the relationship. So it's just like you come to us, we get to meet you, we shake your hand, you get the whole vibe of the tap room. The beer is fresh as hell, right? Because you're getting it right from a place where it's brewed, and we bring them to our locations every day. You know, so you get the hottest new shit. And then of course you cut out that middleman, like you said. I mean, it's pretty shitty in the distribution world. I feel bad for the breweries that definitely have to do that, because if you take a $10, you know, 6-pack, for example, the distributor gets a third of that. The retail store that sells it gets a third of that. The brewery only gets a third of that. You know, when you sell direct, you get to keep it all. But dude, those tanks are expensive as fuck. The location, the construction of the locations, all that stuff. It's like I said, it's like $500,000, you know, if you want to open a location. If you want to build a brewery, $500,000 or whatever too, you know, depending on how big a tanks you want and stuff like that too. You can get your shit from China, but you know, we don't want, you know, nothing wrong with China, dude. But I'm just saying, we're in Portland. We have all these great manufacturers right around the corner from us. We want to know the people brewing, making the tanks. We want to check them out. We want to have them be able to come and support it and everything right there too.
I wanted to ask you a couple of Portland questions because first off, I'm a big Top Chef fan. Do you watch Top Chef?
A little bit.
So Top Chef is in Portland this season. They just started there. Why is Portland such a big brewing scene? Obviously, I know a lot of the hops and stuff are from that area. What do you think happened in Portland that made that such a big brew scene?
Yeah, dude, Portland. So we're all about beer, wine, coffee, dude, right? Those, and just foodies. Those are like the main focus or hub, and sneakers, of course, and computer chips too, right? That's what Portland's best known for, all of those things. Yeah, I'm going to flake on that question, dude. I feel bad, man, just because I'm not a brewer. I don't know all the history that I should. Should have probably brought on like Jeff Allworth, or, you know, he's a beer historian, wrote a couple of books and lived here forever. Just did a whole book just about Whitmer. He'd be a great person to ask that question, man. Unfortunately, I don't know the answer, but I'm one of those people that I don't feel bad saying I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
Are we going to see you guys on Top Chef? Are you on there? Can you not?
No, but I wish we were, dude. Yeah, our boy Tony from Abbey Creek Winery's on a couple eps, I think, too.
Cool.
That's nice. So, just personally, what do you like about the Pacific Northwest as opposed to the Philly scene? I mean, what
Sure.
do you like it out there? Do you still like it?
Dude, I love it out here, man. Yeah, it was fucking dope that we were like the world headquarters for the Black Lives Matter movement, dude, this past summer. So I love the passion of the people here in Portland. We're like we're like Paris, you know, like I'll kill you over, you know, why my cheese is better than yours or whatever, dude. You know, so my wife and I, right, we got married downtown. We got married at the UPenn Museum of Archaeology and Anthropology, right?
Nice.
And we were just looking, you know, this was 2001. We were looking, or I'm sorry, this was 2005 is when I moved out here. We were looking for a place to live on the West Coast. We checked out Portland, Seattle, LA, San Francisco. San Fran was actually my top choice, dude, but unfortunately we didn't want to live in a, you know, studio apartment forever. So our wedding money was going to go a lot further out here in Portland. So second choice, I got 3 interviews deep somewhere in San Fran, didn't land that job. So ended up in Portland because of its quirkiness. The weather was amazing. Dude, when we visited, everyone's like, oh, it's like fall. It's like autumn year round. You'll love it. And of course we moved here and it fucking rained every single day for like 8 months straight, dude. But dude, we love it now, man. I don't know. The air is so, besides the wildfires, which happen now because of climate change, but besides that, just the air is always so fresh because the rain, all the greenery. It's like living in the middle of a huge forest. Everyone's cool as shit, down to earth. You know, it's like Portland. You know, it used to be like the Portlandia TV show too, you know. Things are changing a little bit, a lot more San Fran and folks like that moving up here, but it's still dope, dude. You don't see much pollution out here. You don't see much trash on the streets, stuff like that. People look at you in the eye and say hi when you walk down the street, stuff like that, dude. Plus the food's amazing, the beer, coffee, wine.
It sounds amazing. Like when I was in Seattle, I kind of liked it. I was in the city. You know, it's just really neat neighborhoods. The architecture, looking like being up one of those hills and looking down on the sound and the water, like, is just incredible. And then when you start to get out and like outside of the town, and it's just a little bit more rural, a little more wilderness, it's just like so beautiful, and it's just so different than what we're used to being in like such a suburb of the city.
Yeah, where are you guys at, by the way?
We're downtown, Westchester, Coatesville-ish, Chester County. Mm-hmm. So next up, we've got a baked tart ale with blueberry. Where does that say? Marionberry?
Yeah, Marionberry is a Portland thing, man. It's really close to a blackberry, but it's locally grown here. It's kind of like a mix between a blackberry and a raspberry.
Boysenberry, hazelnut, cinnamon, and vanilla.
That's a lot. Dude, that one's like a pie, dude. It's straight like a berry pie.
When I look at your ingredients, and especially not even just on the sour stuff, even like on the double stack, it seems like there's almost a culinary point of view to a lot of the beers. Is that on purpose? Yeah,
it's on purpose, man. That's like our slogan or whatever. It's the tagline we say, like when people are like, oh, what kind of beer do you make? We say hazy IPAs and culinary inspired. Some people say culinary, but culinary inspired sours and stouts.
Culinary.
Yeah, but dude, we have like at least like 20 beers that are based on food flavors, or, you know, blueberry muffin, key lime pie, right? Double stack of pancakes, we call it, you know, strawberry shortcake, and so on, dude.
I just took the first sip of this. I haven't had this before. I think I got at least 72 different distinct flavors.
Yeah. I haven't sipped it yet, but what really struck me is the nose. I don't know if it's like the mixture of the hazelnut or something going on, but I feel like I'm getting almost a chocolatey nose off of it.
Yeah, there's definitely
which if that's not in here, it's got vanilla, it's got hazelnut, coconut, all the other berries. But
my first thought was the smell doesn't match the picture, the color of it, which is fine. It doesn't have to, you know, smell and the color of the beer don't have to match, but just so many different flavors that I got when I saw it.
Yeah, the colors from the berries, you know, throwing that off a little bit, right?
It's crazy because I feel like, I don't know if I've ever experienced this with a beer, but you get this ride of like intense flavor, it comes back, but then it comes back again. It's almost like two waves of flavors, but like the same ones. Like you get like berry, cinnamon, vanilla-ish, and then it dies down, and then it comes back again on the back end.
It's almost like I'm at a fondue joint, and it's dessert time, and I dip the berry, and I got a little chocolate, and then I dip like a little piece of like pound cake or something.
Yeah,
and I get a little bit more chocolate than fruit, and then I went back to a fruit, and then I combined the two into some sort of fruit cake sandwich, and then make in the hazelnut.
Is anyone going to make a bad joke about it being berry and show the bear on the camera, or no?
You can do that. Go ahead. You're up.
How about the name Baked? Check out her eyes, man. Put it real close and look at her eyes.
Oh man, I see it. She's hot.
And then we rolled out Super Baked and made her eyes like bright as with like munchies laying around her on the floor or whatever, you know.
We only missed it by a couple of days. We could have baked.
But this one you can buy on the app right now in Philly too, because we just rolled out a huge ass batch of it on XI, and it's pretty similar. It's got elderberry, so it's actually good for you too. It can keep away fucking getting colds. Elderberry, blackberry, blackcurrant. It's just the color, super dank ass purple. So
holy shit, yeah.
They're definitely some of the prettier beers you will see, just from a color standpoint. I don't know.
Cheers,
John,
bro.
You're having great lighting.
Yeah, I definitely have the best. Yeah, dude. So, I mean, how much do you put? Like, how much are you involved in the app creation, the marketing, the branding? I mean, do you have like a marketing team that you kind of like work with to come up with these things, or you know, how do you guys figure all this stuff out?
Yeah, I mean, it all rolls up to me if it doesn't have to do with making the beer itself. We have an amazing team, so shout out to the marketing team, right? The designers. We've created like different like project teams within Great Ocean. So we have like a beer decision team. They work on coming up with some of the new characters. And the beer decision teams are production manager. It's Andy, who's my co-founder on the production team. Also, it's Rob is the production manager. It's Amanda from marketing. It's Tom, who's kind of like our regional manager, but he's moving towards the beer side these days. So they come up with like what the hype new flavors are that we want to work on, come up with a name together, come up with just a rough concept for what art we might want on there. Like, is it a new character or is it an old character doing some new shit, right? They'll come up with some of that. And we use Slack just over the past year in COVID, you know, so we can all keep in touch online and work on stuff together collaboratively. Yeah. So we come up with that stuff together. Well, it's mostly them these days doing that. Marketing, we meet once a week. You know, we have a team that internally that helps to post stuff, write the content. But we have Chad Eaton, like I said, the illustrator. So he's not on staff. He's freelance, though we do have a contract with him we've worked on over the years. And so we own the artwork. He comes up with us for us. But we throw him the ideas of what we're looking for. He turns it back around super fast, dude. We also have some other local agency who just does like the graphic design, the layout of the cans. They do the photo shoots, you know, for Instagram and so on. For the app, it's a long story, but we have an app team. A lot of those same members, you know, we talk about what features we want to see in the app, and we work with an overseas developer though to actually work on the app.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot of parts. It's not just like one little brew pub. And we used to have one little brew pub, right? You know, we would make a 7-barrel brew house. We'd make the beer there. We'd sell the beer right there. But now it's a little more crazy, dude. You know, a little more chaotic.
Were you guys on Tavor for a while? Is that how
we don't have like a contract with them, but like every other month or every couple months, we'll send them some stuff.
Nice.
So that's like our choice, right? So, you know, every couple of weeks we have, you know, we'll brew a bigger batch because we did get some bigger tanks recently. So we'll have some more beer and we'll reserve half, you know, to send out somewhere. And so we'll debate, hey, when's the last time we hit Philly? When's the last time we hit DC? Whatever. When's the last time we hit Tavor? And that's where we'll send, you know, some of that bigger batch. That's kind of how it works.
You said you got some bigger equipment going on there. Was that a thought before you had the app start unlocking these other states?
Yeah, it was a thought. We started talking about it 6 months ago when we thought at the beginning of this year. We were planning like for the beginning of this year to start rolling out states to finally ship to. It was a feature we've been working on in the app for a long time, and we were hoping that by the beginning of this year we'd be ready to do so. And with that thought, we ordered the tank 6 months ago.
Wild. Here's another question from Brett. Is Ben coming anytime soon?
No, unfortunately not. We're gonna work on places outside of Oregon. I mean, Oregon's cool. We have 3 already. We probably should. We could. I mean, it's a tough decision, right? Because you could open a brew pub anywhere, right? Like, I don't know. There's cool breweries in Philly, like Tired Hands, right? They could open one in New York. They, whatever. Like, they could stay in the city and open more. They can go outside, to a different state and open it, right? So we could do Bend. We could go south to California. We can go north, up in Seattle's humongous. We could open a couple more in Seattle and absolutely kill it there. It's definitely a tough decision, and it's what we're debating now.
I think the big thing around here has been people just opening up like little pop-up can shops. Yeah. Like Tired Hands did that in Philly. They have a little just shop where you can just go in, pick up some 6-packs. Stickman was up there. Animated was up there. They're just opening up these like little pop-up shops where you can just go in, get your 6-packs, and get out of there.
But is it something that like they sign a lease and they're there for a couple years, or is it just we're there for a month and bounce?
That I don't know. I think they're doing definitely shorter term things.
Yeah, a month or 2 or 6 months, maybe something like that.
Right.
Yeah, we're debating stuff like that. We thought about getting like a mobile truck, right? But we can't get licensed for the liquor license if it's mobile. But we could park it at a food truck pod, right? And that might be cool. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of options on what we can do.
Let me know if you need a Philly partner. Let's do something.
Yeah, we're here.
Dude, everyone, all my friends and fams asking about Philly. Dude, my cousin's like, dude, let me run it. Come on, I got you, dude. Yeah.
Let me drink there.
Yeah.
Right, let me see what here.
I don't want to cut you off here. Fish, stop giving me Sixers updates if they're sucking. Stop. Yeah, they're down 21.
Sixers down by 21.
Frick.
Not interested, Fish.
Yeah.
Pushing barrel-aged beers compared to other breweries. Have you guys shifted away from barrel-aged a little bit?
No, that's a good question because people have been waiting for our next version of barrel-aged or BBDS, bourbon barrel double stack, bourbon barrel French toast, and so on.
Yeah.
No, they just haven't been ready, man. But we're finally going to drop a couple this summer that have been sitting in barrels for over 2 years now. They just at a year they just weren't tasting as hot as all the hot new shit, or a year, even a year and a half. But I feel like it's been like 2.5 years. But we're finally going to drop a couple more this summer. We just dropped one. Speaking of the app, people who hit our Whistle Punk level, the 3rd level on our app, they just got to fully take on like a whole drop that we did. It was a collaboration with the brewery right out of California, and that was a bourbon barrel aged stout with pecans. I feel like it was like a pecan pie kind of beer.
That's wild. Depending on what level you get in the app, you can get access to different beers.
Yeah, so that's what we did. Yeah, even in December, for people who hit our top level, the Timber Beast level, they got a real nice ass gift box with special glass. I forget what else. There was definitely 2 bottles in there. 2 bottles, a glass. There was something else. Oh, they got an axe, dude. We talked about an axe. We gave away an axe earlier. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know. I see it every once in a while. It's like that kind of silhouette with the axes. And I don't know what it is. What's the other symbol? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we have 2 logos. Yeah, on our cans, we have a logo with like a bearded dude. Yeah,
yeah. Yep, that's it.
We got an identification problem, dude. We got like 2 logos, and then we got the whole Chad Eaton characters going on. It's
I don't know if it's a problem, man. I dig it. It's kind of cool that like when you see that, you still recognize the brand. But I just noticed it a few times, like maybe when the app is loading or the website's loading, you kind of see that first.
Yeah.
Before you get to the other stuff. But that's really neat, man. To be honest, I get a little conflicted sometimes because I'm like, all right, let's say there's breweries that do special clubs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And you're like, man, I like what I've had from this brewery. And you walk in, or you try to order something and they're like, no, that's only for the special people. You know what I mean?
It's a tough balance to walk.
Yeah, it's got to be tough to walk that because like some people can be like, man, but like I came all the way from here and I'm at your brewery. Like, can't you sell me some of your good stuff? And it's like, no, that's only for the people with a membership. But at the same time, the keeping that hype and keeping that level of exclusivity or the just that special relationship with your best fans can also be very not only profitable but just keep people engaged in that way is good for business.
Well, most people didn't even know we dropped that special beer. They wouldn't have found out. We didn't post about it until after it was already like picked up, all picked up and all secured by the Whistle Punks.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
How many different levels are there?
Currently, there's 4, but we're working on rolling out some new shit and that store. So we're working on a way for people to just spend their points on that. Like I call it the Chuck E. Cheese store, dude.
I'm super excited for that because I don't know, that little tchotchkes cheap shit. You know what I mean? That's just a fun way to like.
Yeah, but we'll have hot shit on there too, dude. Like it's funny. Like I think of the brand Supreme, they come out with like a dog bowl, a lighter, like the dumbest shit, and put their name on it, and people spend like a G on it. So I was like, dude, I want to do dumb shit like that, and not have to spend a G. I'm saying spend their points on it, like if they want, because I don't know, man. What else are you gonna do with points? Like we're not an airline, So yeah, you can get free beer or whatever. Actually, not free beer yet. Sorry.
No, so there's a brewery that's not far from here. And I really was intrigued by them because their model, before they had the door open, before they poured a pint, they started a fantastic marketing campaign. Sign up for our mailing list and get a free bottle opener. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, I don't have to really do anything. And you get like a really cool little bottle opener. And then it's like, well, wait a second. Like, now that you're here, you could pay $25 or $50 to become part of this club, and we'll send you a glass and a membership card, and you get your first pint when we open on us. And the way that they marketed that, they made a ton of money before they did anything. And even though it's like not necessarily for everybody, I was just incredibly impressed by the execution and by the
you guys do it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
No, I said both of you guys do it though.
I have the bottle opener. I did the bottle opener part of it. I didn't. They were too.
So you didn't do the other part though.
Yeah, I didn't do the other part, but I still found it just. I mean, I'm one of those guys where like every time I watch like a commercial or an advertisement or a special offer, I just think way too hard on it, and I'm like, all right, so what do you think that costs them, and what are they getting out of it, and what do you think the actual cost of acquiring the email address for me is, and are what are they eventually going to get? Like, I don't know, I go way too deep on that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean, I found that as one of like the more impressive ways that somebody was just able to execute a marketing plan well enough to make money before actually selling their product.
Go for them.
I don't even know who you're talking about, to be quite honest.
What brewery? Can you say?
I don't even know if they're popular or not. It's Midnight Oil Brewing in Wilmington, Delaware.
No, I've never even.
I've still never been there. I've still never had any of their beer, but their brand is well entrenched in my brain for some reason because I have that bottle opener in my cabinet that I don't use. But I mean, everything you can now. But
weren't they a band in the 80s?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Midnight Oil.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Were they beds burning? Beds are burning?
100% yes.
Yeah, I'm on that shit, man. Come on.
I knew that, right? When you said Midnight Oil, I was like, I like them. Yeah.
All right, PA shipping rules to catch up. Somebody's trying to catch up on there. So
yeah, bro, we do, man.
What are we doing? 3 4-packs?
Yeah, it sucks, dude. Sorry, man. Sorry we're following rules out here, man. We got a couple partners, and one of our wives is a lawyer. It's not mine, but yeah. So we follow rules.
I think that's okay. I mean, I think there's enough beer to go around, and that somebody can place that order. And then place an order a little bit later.
You screw those rules up though, and it can shut you down. And
yeah, it's not working.
You got people. You're holding people's jobs in your hands. You can't.
Dude, DC has a law where, like, if you're a known violate, like if you know that you're fucking up the rule, you could go to jail. And one of my guys, our old accountant, he pointed that out to our shipping team, and they're like, dude, like, we ain't going to jail over this shit, bro. Like, we're going to
thank you
100%.
Deep thoughts. Shit. Now I lost my train of thought.
Fish just totally threw you off.
Fish fucked me up. What I was going to ask you is, maybe talk to your team later, and if you can come up with a maybe a promo code or something for us. Let us throw that around or something.
That'll be rad. Yeah.
And try to spin up a little bit of extra shipping. But I'm super pumped for you guys because the beer is amazing. We know the flagships, right? At least a lot of us do. If you don't, you have to experience Blueberry Muffin. You have to experience Double Stack. These beers completely were. I really think that like when we started these beer shares in what was that? That was probably 2016, 2017, right?
Right.
We're doing these beer shares, and I'm getting into beer, and I'm thinking that like, these like crazy hoppy West Coast beers are like the tits, you know what I mean? And then like we started getting the Trilliums and the Tree Houses and the Hazies and things like that. But I remember having the Blueberry Muffin and the Double Stack and being like, these are some of the most impressively executed styles that I've ever had, where it definitely has that culinary twist.
They were always one of the most talked about beers whenever we'd be at the shares.
Did you guys make the magic blend or no?
No, we never had them at the same time.
You don't know about the blueberry pancakes?
What?
If you do 75% double stack with 25% blueberry muffin, you get blueberry pancakes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that sounds tasty.
It's just hard. We never drop them like the same weekend, dude. Like, I think we did one time, and I did a silly ass fucking Instagram video about it like 3 years ago.
Is that something that people order on tap at the Brew Top?
Yes, dude. Yeah. One of our customers came up with it back in 2016, and then someone, I think he was at GABF, and he asked for it, and then there was like the biggest line ever because people were asking for the blend. It was slowing the line down, and that's how we got the biggest line at GABF back in like 2017, dude.
That's intense, man. I'm like completely blown away that that's something we could possibly do.
Is GABF coming back this year, you think?
I don't think so.
I don't know. We should go one year.
Well, if they would have it.
You should. It's fun. Yeah, dude.
It's like Mardi Gras. We got to do it like one.
I don't think it is. Don't quote me on that, dude. I don't think it is. But I know CBC is. So that's for the breweries, the Craft Brewers Conference. And I'm pretty sure that one. Well, I know it is because they asked me to speak at it about direct shipping to consumers.
Dude, all of these beers are fantastic.
Good stuff.
I can't believe how they're all sours, but they're all so unique. They're all so. Was that a Pilsner you said?
Yeah, we're doing the opposite, right? We're starting with like the heavily fruited stuff and hazies, and we're working on perfecting the Pilsner now 6 years later, right? A lot of breweries do the opposite. They'll start with Pilsner.
Right, yeah.
IPA and porters or whatever,
Is that something that's on the app yet, or are you guys still working on it?
I think we just dropped one yesterday. Or it's dropping Friday, this new one. It's a collaboration actually with Heater Allen, and it's always dope to work with female-owned breweries or head female brewers. Yeah. So we're dropping one. It's a collaboration with Heater Allen, the Italian Pilsner.
What's Ripe? You said that's the IPA?
Ripe's the IPA that won blind taste test #1 IPA in the country over out of 375 IPAs a couple years ago.
So that just went live on the app. Onyx Eye, Black Raspberry Fluff, Vanilla Zilla. Baked and stuffed. Look at her.
Baked and stuffed's a smoothie beer. So if anyone wants to test if they blow up, order that one, dude.
Yeah. How about Afterglow?
Afterglow's our West Coast IPA, which it's kind of funny. We didn't make a West Coast IPA until 3 years after we were open.
After Party.
3 years on the West Coast.
Hopscotch. Hot Fudge Saturday. Puffery. Patterns.
Let everyone know you got to hit filter by shipping. That's one of the things, I don't know why, but people are so confused about the difference between delivery and shipping. Delivery is like local, a car will drive over in an hour, deliver. That's kind of like getting pizza delivered. Gotcha. Shipping is we actually ship it to you in a box. That's the difference, everyone.
Okay, so we got to make sure we have the right one selected.
Yep, shipping, not delivery. That's like Postmates and shit.
Lady behind the glass.
We need a Postmates beer guy around here. That's what we need.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Where's that guy at?
All right, I'm going to pretend that I have a button to hit the sounder for...
No, wait. Taylor's got it. He's going to play it for us.
Is he? What are you talking about?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
He still doesn't have our sounder.
I need beer.
You're in
I
trouble.
do this every time.
I was smart.
I do this every time. I don't have anything to drink for Toast of the Week. Woo! Toast of the Week. You going first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Mine's a little lighthearted. I got a chance to head down to the Phillies game this past weekend.
Yeah.
So the bad part, they're still doing you got to get food when you have a beer thing.
Okay.
So we get there. I get a cheesesteak. I house this
Switch it up, bro. Switch it up.
There you go. Nice.
Nice.
I get a beer and a cheesesteak. I house this cheesesteak. I'm full. So then I go back. I'm like, all right, let me get my second beer here.
Right.
Let me get some peanuts. I'll get some peanuts. And I get up there and she's like, you got to eat. I was like, what about the peanuts? She's like, no, that's a snack.
What?
So I had to get a hot dog. It's like, come on. But on the plus side, they do a great job with the seating pods. You're not seated next to each other. All the masks, the people are telling you to wear your mask the whole time. It was just great to be at a baseball game. It was great to be in public. And I hope we're getting to more of that. So toast to everybody that's helping get us back to doing things in public and seeing each other.
Cheers. All right, my toast of the week was I had a lot of things on my mind this week. I think I'm gonna do two.
Do it.
The first one's gonna be a quick one. A fantastic podcast called Stuff You Should Know. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, but it's on all the podcast platforms. I drove to North Carolina and back this week for some work stuff, and I probably listened to. After I caught up on all the NBN stuff,
of course, I
went back and started listening to them, and I got I listened to stuff about the Titanic, the Philadelphia Experiment,
all great movies too.
Yeah, just I don't know if that's actually a great movie or not. All kinds of stuff, space trash, all kinds of things that were very, very interesting. So those guys do a great job, and I highly recommend you check that out. Stuff You Should Know. The other one, my shout out or my toast of the week is to NASA. NASA is flying the first ever drone. They've done 2 drone flights now.
The ones on Mars.
On Mars.
Yeah.
And they actually, I think as of today, have successfully created oxygen. They've got a little converter machine going on that thing that's, sucking in all the CO2 and nitrogen out of the very thin atmosphere of Mars and converting it to oxygen. And that's a very huge first step to potentially colonizing and sending people to Mars. So very cool stuff, man. Everything NASA related, man, those rovers, the drones, the movie, The Martian, anything like that.
Potatoes, just potatoes in general.
Potatoes on Mars get me super excited. So very cool stuff.
NASA.
And keep up the good work.
Podcasts don't pay us.
Nah.
How about you, Paul? You got anything?
Yeah, sorry to get political, but I just want to toast to the fucking Jurors doing the right thing in Minneapolis. So big ups to
absolutely, man. Very big deal.
Yeah.
Very, very happy that it went down the way that it did. It set finally the right precedent, the right example of what happens and what needs to happen. I don't know. You know what I was thinking to myself? You ever see the first thing that comes to mind is Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And
what? Wait a second. That was a turn there.
I know, but hear me out. Rocket has this fucking gun, and he shoots it, and it wraps a net around the dude, and it's shocking him and paralyzing him, and he falls to the ground. Like, it's 2021, people. We have drones on Mars. Can we not figure out some kind of non-lethal weapons or technology that can like instantly knock somebody out or whatever? Like, these fucking barbed taser guns are not their answer. Like, actual killing, life-taking bullets are not the answer. We've got to I just can't imagine that there's not the technology out there that we can't just like drop somebody in an instant and then wait for them to gain consciousness 3 hours later and work shit out.
Yeah, they have to stop fucking killing people, dude. Yeah, if they could use these nets, that would be fucking awesome. Because the 13-year-old boy, the 15-year-old fucking girl, the black girl in Ohio, dude. Like,
I'm watching that video this morning.
Stop killing people.
Like, I don't know. Look, I don't for a second doubt that a police officer's job is not the hardest, scariest, most dangerous job out there. But like at the same time, like I just would like unload a clip on their legs or something. Like, why are people just like taking shots at people's chest when they're like, 30 feet away with a knife?
Well, yeah, I feel like it's trained to do that, but that's why we need to start at the top, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully people are in the right mindset lately. A new administration, new things, new priorities are in place, and we can start moving in the right direction.
At least the jurors got one right this week, though.
Yeah.
To bring it back to the toast. Yeah. Toast to fucking the Minneapolis jurors, dude.
Man, it has been a fantastic hour. I can't believe it's been an hour already. Paulie, you're probably one of the more fun people that I've talked to.
It's a Philly. Because he's from
Philly. I think that's what it is, just being a Philly dude. But like,
yeah, bro,
having fun, laid back. I would have to say that the company is got to be incredibly lucky to have you, and just like the attitude that you have, the way you go about things is refreshing for somebody with the title of CEO. It's just it's amazing, man. So keep up the good work, keep up the good beers. We're so excited for PA. I'm gonna shoot you an email later. Let's see if we can't get a promo code or something going, and let's spread it around on all the local, Facebook groups and Instagram, and try to get some beer shipped out here and keep that thing going.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate you, dudes.
Anything else you want to plug? Just tell everybody the app. Is that just get the app and get on it?
Go to greatnotion.com, download the app. If you come to Portland, we got a banging cheesesteak at our Northwest 28th location.
Ooh.
We get the Amoroso rolls. Fucking, we do our homemade whiz, dude. We got a whiz wit. So yeah, come check us out.
Oh shit!
Oh, look out!
Well done. Well, Paul, man, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
You did a great job. We're so thankful. Everybody that took the time to watch us, to listen to us, thank you so much for hanging out, for letting us talk at you. We really appreciate it. Make sure you check out mbnnetwork.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Look up MBN Network on YouTube. Make sure you're following us there. The podcast comes out tomorrow on all the podcast platforms, so make sure you check that out and listen to us then. But again, if you took the time to hang out with us, we really appreciate you, and we will talk to you next time. My brother produced that song.
Cool. Oh yeah.
I'm going to stop this recording here.
Nice. Thanks for having me, dudes.
Dude, that was awesome. We're still live, just so you know, but we're stopped the recording.
Okay.
But dude, that was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you getting back to us the way that you did, and the timing worked out so well.
Thank you.
Let's stay in touch, man. Maybe if anything else has happened, if you guys are doing anything exciting and you want to plug it, just shoot me an email.
Thanks,
maybe
brother.
in 6 months to a year, if anything's going on, like let's just revisit things and see how you've been.
We'll do. What's cool? Every time I come home, or at least the past 2 times I came home, I worked something out with our distributor that we use in the Philly area, Nebulous. I worked something with them where we did a bunch of events. Like I went to Pope, did one at Pope, right? Pub on Passyunk East. Last time I was home. And then we also did one. I can't remember. There's another place. It's a badass bar, the Devil's Den, right? So we did 2 events, and I was there talking to people, giving out a couple, some free shit, whatever. We did pop-ups in Philly, basically tap takeovers.
Yeah.
It was cool. So next, I haven't been home in a fucking year and a half, but next time I come home, we do something like that too. We could talk about it beforehand, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be a blast.
Yeah, that's right.
I know you switched hats. Who do you want the Eagles taking the draft here?
I don't know, dude. Who should we pick?
I don't know. I just hope just get the best player available. Don't outthink it. Don't get the 28-year-old fireman. Like, just get the best guy on the board. Don't feel free to look at the mock drafts and be like, okay, yeah, let's just take that guy.
Do we need a quarterback, or what do you think of Jalen?
I think I'm not totally sold on Jalen. If they were still at 6, I'd say look at the quarterback. But at 12, I think they're all going to be gone. So I think you just got to take the best guy on the board.
I agree. Cool. All right, man. I appreciate you.
Peace, everyone.
Have a good rest of your night.
Later, y'all. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Later. I think Brett might try to hop on in a minute if you want to hang for a second.
Is Brett going to be okay? Like that was like his dream brewery.
I know.
There.
I tried to get him on. Let me take a whiz real quick.
Go ahead, hit the thing. I'm just talking to everybody. He doesn't bring anybody on camera. He just makes me just take it solo. I think we're going to at least hang for a beer or so here. I got a couple beers in the bag here. We went through all our Great Notion stuff. Let me see what else I got in the bag of goodies here. So we'll let the people decide what we crack open next year. Breakfast in Istanbul Imperial Hazelnut Coffee Stout. And then I got a couple that Fish dropped off last time. He was the double nickel dank and hazy. And we got a double nickel Schwartz beer. So let me see what the people want us to get going on here. I pulled out 3 beers and I'm letting the people decide what we're going to drink. Brett said he's ready. I'm not sure what he's ready for.
Well, I sent him the link because I want him to hop on here.
So
check your Facebook messages, Mr. Brett. Comment on your post in the Beer Maker group.
Beer Maker.
Beer Maker. I can order 4 liters of beer from Europe, but not in the U.S. That sucks.
True.
Well, it happens sometimes. I'm so glad they let me post in there.
So we got a Schwartz beer. We got a Imperial Hazelnut Coffee Stout, and we got a
Super Mega Dank 420
dank and
double
hazy.
Nickel.
Double nickel. 2 double nickels from Mr. Fish.
I didn't expect that to be a double nickel. I definitely saw that. Maybe Fish is the one that posted that.
The
He's
dank,
the one
super
that I
dank
saw.
420. Yeah, it is.
I didn't get an opportunity to partake.
No.
You know what's crazy? The company that I was onboarding and training in our software, I walked in on 420 and they were drug testing their employees.
Dude,
maybe it was a day early. Maybe it was like the morning of 420. And they were like, "You want a drug test?" And I was like, "No, but I'll pee for somebody if they need it."
Hot pee.
Maybe
$40
Schwartz.
What do you want to try? You want to try the Schwartz?
May the Schwartz be with you. You haven't said.
What do you?
I don't know, man. It's tough. Like I could go for almost anything other than a sour.
Yeah, I like their sours, but
I'm ready for something else. I don't know what makes more sense. I don't think if Schwartz is going to necessarily break the palate up enough.
Okay, so
I might hold that for a second. What is that?
Coffee Hazelnut Imperial Stout. So you want stout or IPA?
That's tough, man. I can't decide which one is going to be better on the palate right now after all them sours. Do I want something sweet or do I want something a little dank to break things up? I don't know.
Double dry hop with Mosaic, Citra, and Azaka.
Let's do that. I'm feeling the super hazy 420 dank.
Dank. But Mo, the dank.
Yeah,
where's Brett at? What's he doing?
I don't know. Brett. Let me see if anybody's gonna.
Is he coming live from his bedroom again?
I hope not.
Oh, this is the I didn't even see the other side of the can. This is the Super Mega Dank 420 Chronic Kush Daddy Supreme.
You didn't see that?
No, I
That's
didn't.
what I was talking about.
I was looking at I saw that Fish had posted it, but I didn't know it was the same beer.
Yeah, it's the Chronic Kush Granddaddy Supreme.
Is that an actual strand? I don't know my strands well enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Taylor, is that an actual strand? Did Taylor ditch us?
Probably. He's not even on the shows anymore. He's a fan favorite.
Yeah, right? God forbid we did a drink it or sink it now. We wouldn't be able to do it.
I know.
We never got a sounder for that one either.
I need sounders. I'm gonna just record some wild shit. I'm gonna do voice effects
and make them sound just like crap. So every time we play him, he's like, "Oh, they sound like crap."
Yeah, I can do that on command. All right, here we go. I hope you guys are ready. Oh, Brett keeps leaving the screen. I don't know if I should put him on screen yet. I'm gonna do it. Fuck him. Lara. Did I turn them down? I can't hear you guys. Look at the t-shirt though on Brett.
Look at the.
Am I doing something wrong here?
I don't know what you're doing, so I can't tell you.
Brett, fix your MacBook. He probably doesn't have a MacBook. He probably has a Chrome stick or something. I get no audio from you, Brett. No audio. Really? Let's sit.
Oh, I hear something.
Yes.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, there you are.
Defaulting to my work headset.
It happens sometimes. What are you guys sipping on?
This is Tilted Barn Cactus.
Tilted Barn. Where's that?
Rhode Island, I think.
Okay. Is that something you get locally?
Did you get
that from a buddy?
Yeah, my one friend Jim, he went up to New England a few weeks ago and brought back a lot of goodies. So thanks, Jim.
Nice. I have to say I'm not crazy about the camera angle. I kind of liked it. I was thinking about the Westchester video that we did.
You mean our camera angle or theirs?
No,
I'm not sure which one. I got self-conscious.
No, you guys are good. We shot Pop Arge. No, I was trying to recreate that awesome camera angle we had at Wrong Crowd.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just too high. I feel like I'm looking down.
It is a little high, but that's okay. It would have been better if you had tanks in the back.
Yeah, that's true. Just put the beer maker back there.
There it is.
Yeah. You should have some fermentation tanks back there. Just.
So what do you think, Brett? I know you're a big Great Notion fan. What did you think?
I thought it was a great interview. Like through and through, it was fun just to hear about how they came about, where they're headed, how they kind of craft their beer themselves.
Look, he was ready.
I was.
So sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shirt's fantastic.
I was going to wear a hat too, but I thought that might be too much.
You have a tattoo? What'd you say?
No, not yet.
Next.
Yeah,
That's next.
I have a hat as well.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
I have a
tattoo.
hat that I like always wear.
I was actually thinking those characters would make a good tattoo.
Yeah, I should just get a whole sleeve of like the Yeti, or what do they call it, the Sasquatch?
Yeah.
I asked them. I said, "When's there going to be a character collaboration?"
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Oh, missed it.
Other than that, did I do okay with the questions?
Yeah, it was a really just fun interview.
It's so crazy, man. He's just such like a laid back dude, and like a very much like, you know, if you talk to somebody that's like, you think about maybe the money level that they're maybe at with having the popularity that they do, and that, you know, the CEO is just like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's just like so laid back, and maybe that's like the Pacific Northwest kind of attitude, man. But he's just like a very down to earth guy to be like running a company that size.
He's laid back, but I also felt Philly from him.
For sure.
Yeah, I had no idea they had Philly ties.
That was like mind blowing.
Yeah, it's amazing that the guy. Somebody messaged me like, hey, you know, the guy Paul is. Or somebody said, I think on Instagram, like, oh, the guy's a local guy. You should whatever. I was like, well, which one of the founders? And he's like, Paul. I was like, that's the fucking guy we're having on. Perfect. How crazy is that? But yeah, it's really neat that somebody like him is running the company and handling all the marketing and the business side of it, and letting the other guys just, you know, do what they love to do. You know, you feel bad sometimes, or I don't know. I guess it depends on the company, but like somebody whose passion is brewing, they start their own brewery, and then they're like, shit, I gotta like hire people to pour drafts and cook food and order supplies, and I don't have time for this. Like somebody else brew and shit, you know. But
I think it's cool
I don't know.
that
I think we've nailed it.
I think it's neat that their app is it's so interactive in the fact that it's like a video game.
Have you played with it much?
No, but my friend is level 3, so like he's my in to being high up. The one that
can that work? Can somebody like get you bumped up with like once you get to a certain level, can you help elevate other people?
No, he just gets it and ships it.
Yeah. That's Seth. It's the one that sends me all the beer. So like, he's big into getting all their beers, and I think he orders them frequently enough, and knows that at least a can or two may be coming out east.
Where did Seth go, man? I didn't see him pop in on the chat at all.
He probably was just watching.
Motherfucker, he better be on here.
I'm sure he was. I am sure he was.
I want a personal message from Seth. And he watches, and then he enjoys our content, and then he appreciates the work that went into getting him on the show.
Is he out west, Seth?
Yeah, he's in Portland.
He's been shipping the.
It's gotta be tough. It's was it 6 o'clock out there? 5 o'clock?
Well, yeah, but the fucking
he might still be working.
Made it on. Seth can fucking make it on.
Don't worry. I'm gonna give him a hard time if he doesn't post.
I hope so. How's everything else with you guys? I miss you guys so much. I got to hang out with you for 15 minutes or whatever it was, Brett, today, but I can't wait to burn some cans and drink some beer out back.
Summer's upon us.
It's about can burning season.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming. What do you think of this super dank 420 Chronic Kush Granddaddy Supreme?
In the words of Devin Mack, it's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's sweet.
It's sweet, but it does have a like dank aftertaste to it. It does give you a little weed kind of taste after it.
Maybe a little. It's juicier than I want it to be for some dank ass shit.
Yeah, I think they tried to straddle the line of dank and juicy.
Yeah, so I have. What's that?
Who's the brewery?
Oh, Double Nickel.
I think I had that one today at my run.
I saw it.
You had it today?
I think. What's the can look like?
I don't know. I got too much fucking glare. It looks like a trippy, like.
Yeah.
It's got all the words down the front of it.
Someone brought that today at my group run, and our whole consensus was there's no dank. It's just hazy IPA.
I get it like at the very end, just like in the back of my throat a little bit.
I want to be in this group.
The running group?
Yeah.
You gotta run.
Yeah, you gotta run.
I keep telling myself I'm going to start running one day. He sounded all Upper Darby to me. The fish says.
I don't have the Philly accents down.
That's a Delco. Upper Darby.
Man, I really struggled. I was in North Carolina this week, and I like so badly wanted to like go check out a brewery and have some Instagram posts and all that stuff, but work got too crazy, and there wasn't anything like all the stuff that I like the neighborhood or the area that I was in was rated like 3.8s, 4s.
Where were you?
Nothing crazy. Greenville. I was staying in Greenville, North Carolina, which is like I don't even know what the fuck it's near. But it's not exciting.
I thought there was a lot of breweries down in that way.
There's like two. There's like this Pitt Street Brewery, and that's like the popular one. And then, like they, I don't know. I made mistake upon mistake. So, I always stay at Hilton Properties, right, to get points. And there is a Hilton and a Hampton next door to each other. Like, I'm going to do the company a favor, and I'm going to stay at the Hampton. The Hampton's cheaper than the Hilton, even though the Hilton has, like, the built-in restaurant. So I stay at the Hampton, and it's just, like, not the greatest hotel. Like, this, like, you know, the fake leather or whatever you want to call it that's, like, on, like, the furniture is, like, peeling, and it looks like kids have been picking at it for years. And, like, I'm just like, man, this is, like, kind of shitty for a hotel. But I walked over to the Hilton and ate at the restaurant there, and it was good. But like, I don't know, man. Sometimes work gets so busy, you just have to do what's convenient over like what you want to do.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I had some decent food, and like they had a session with the. What's that?
Did you get some barbecue? Carolina barbecue?
No, I didn't.
Oh, a little vinegar base.
Wow.
I do like Carolina stuff, man. I kept passing things, but I did not.
Next time.
I had a steak, and I had a pork belly rice pickled vegetable bowl thing that was really good. That was kind of cool. And then like Pitt Street had the guy told me, he was like, "Oh, we just kicked like the Hazy IPA, and it's like my favorite beer ever. But we have this like session IPA on." But it was really good. It was like heavy and mosaic. Like when I was sipping on it, it was definitely hoppy and had like a good amount of mosaic. Like I could definitely pick the mosaic out of it. And as soon as I did, I was like, "Oh, this is definitely mosaic beer." I looked it up and it had it in there. And but you know, I had like 3 of them the one night and just didn't really even feel it. You know what I mean? It was nice and light, but hoppy and flavorful.
Sure.
Did you guys make
Mr.
it?
Steve, did
What's up?
you have John's porter yet?
We just had some of the porter tonight.
Dude. All right. So you and I had the little keg.
It was good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
And it was really good, right?
Yeah, it was delicious.
And how did it pour?
It poured like it was a
poured
nitro.
It poured kind of crazy, right? It had tons of head, and you had to like wait for it to settle a little bit to get like a few inches of actual liquid.
It poured like a nitro.
Dude, so you and I finished. I mean, it was only like enough for like 2 half pours. We finished that little keg. I brought my big keg out when Steve got here, and we poured two half glasses, no head at all, but still was incredibly carbonated. It's really weird.
It was weird.
Very weird. I don't know what the problem is or what's wrong with it, because it did not taste as smooth and delicious as when me and you had it. It's really crazy. I don't know if like that keg's completely full, if there's not enough room to have extra CO2 in there, if I should have poured a little bit out or left some room. But like, I probably only poured, this much into that other keg. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it.
Just gonna have to keep experimenting. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Or it brews a gallon, right?
Yeah.
It might be better to just find like a little side keg that's equivalent to what you showed me. That's just a gallon, and pour everything in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a
homogeneous.
1 gallon keg and I have a half gallon keg, but it always is a little bit more than a keg. So like, I'm like, shit, I don't want to throw away all this extra beer. So I pour the rest of it into that half gallon, and the half gallon keg tasted much better. I don't know if it's just a different CO2 setting.
So like 1.5 gallon kegs? I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they do 1.5. They do 2 gallon. I could probably do a 2 gallon keg, and there'd be extra room in there, but I could purge that air out of there. And
I saw some kind of square keg thing pop up on my Instagram, but I don't know what the heck that is.
yeah, so Square Keg, I've been in contact with them. I've been trying to like work out a deal, like send me a Square Keg and we'll like promote you on the Brews, and they're not having it.
Nope.
I'm just gonna keep trying that though. Eventually, we're gonna get another beer maker.
That's it.
Somebody was trying to give away their beer maker in Harleysville. Did you see that?
I saw that. Is that where they were?
Really?
Harleysville?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Can
sure
I
they
get
went
it?
close.
Was it on Facebook Marketplace? Everything I want on Facebook Marketplace is in Harleysville.
Really?
It's like just too far for me to want to make the drive.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's such like a cool unit for making small batch.
Did I tell you about what I'm brewing?
No, you did not.
So you don't even know.
Plug
That's
it.
2-row. It's 1,000 grams of 2-row.
Okay.
200 grams of Carapil. No, 100 grams of Carapils, 200 grams of flake dope.
Okay.
Nice. They can do it.
A ton of mosaic.
Do you measure your house in meters?
My what?
Do you just measure in meters now? Maybe
No.
yards?
So even though this wasn't a predetermined kit,
Yeah.
I ordered a bunch of like just a box of spare ingredients from them. So the bags came like, this is 500
in
grams.
those weights. I gotcha.
Yeah, but this is a 500 gram bag of 2-row. This is a 100 gram bag of this. So I did not like just buy raw ingredients. These are, pre-packaged ingredients from Beer Maker, but it's not a maker kit. I just ordered a bunch of loose ingredients from them, and to just eventually like make my own recipe. My thought process at the beginning was like, I just want to have a bunch of extra like Carapils, flaked oats, stuff like that, so that I can add on to kits. But I had so much shit that I was like, I'm just going to make my own recipe.
So what is this going to turn into?
It's going to be an IPA.
Okay.
It's going to
Do you have a
be,
name?
no, not yet. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it's heavy mosaic, but it's got Citra in it too. And it's not going to have anything but mosaic and Citra.
Okay.
But it's going to be a lot heavier mosaic than anything. So I don't know yet.
Could it, we had a Mr. Steve Stout, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a Mr. John IPA.
Maybe.
We'll call it a Jippa.
Jippa.
Jippa?
I like
work?
that.
Yeah,
Jippa?
I'm right with that. Jippa. I like it.
That could stick.
Hey, did any of you guys make it over to the Kirshner's joint and
No,
on the weekends?
I have not. Have you
No.
guys?
No, so sad.
We went out to get a beer and then came home and I was like, you know where we should have gone? We went to
Right?
Animated and grabbed a beer on Sunday and then realized that we made a mistake.
I was busy this past Sunday. We went to the Phillies game, but the Sunday before that was, I think, the first weekend, but it rained.
It was
So I didn't wanna go
raining.
there when it was raining, and it's supposed to rain this Sunday. So I'm like, God.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go soon. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna go. What I'm gonna
Is
do.
it-
How I'm gonna handle it.
Tinted like tart.
No, it's pretty open. They might have a couple like pavilion type stations, but it's pretty open.
The one picture looked like you had to sit in a rocking chair on the stream.
There is a stream there. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to do something like that local. I don't know.
As long as it doesn't rain, I want to try and get over there, but we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
We will see.
Maybe if it doesn't rain on a Sunday, we can all meet up.
I would do that. Definitely.
What happened? Well, Abby's working a weird schedule. I don't know when she's fucking home and not home, and then I'm traveling, and when I come home, she's working nights, and
You don't know what the hell's going on.
no. Taylor finally came down to Delaware. That was cool.
I saw that.
He finally came down, and I don't know. It's gonna start getting nicer, so I'm looking forward to having some more time down there. The restaurant's getting ready to open down there. It's gonna be a good time. You guys got to come down. I think it's gonna be a blast.
Let us know when.
I brought I grabbed a bunch of bottles out of the basement. I got like Bourbon Counties, KBS's, CBS's, some Treehouse, some Trillium stout
Oh, man.
bottles. I just like brought some
summer.
stuff from my cellar and put it in the fridge down there. I'm like, just
I'm
in
ready.
case.
You're
And then
ready
I-
for
and
Brett
then
to come down.
Yeah, and then I cracked a Bourbon County like by myself and was just like sitting down there in the sun on the porch. Kids were like playing inside, watching TV, and I was just like sitting there next to the golf cart.
That's like an instant nap.
Yeah, you know,
Any better?
because Taylor
Like-
Taylor was on his way down, so he was going to be there in like an hour, and I was like, I'm just going to sip on this. Then before you know it, like it's gone.
I would have been asleep, and
Yeah.
he'd have been waking me up.
Yeah, but I actually did good, man. I stayed up. There's a there's like a
Like-
weird little restaurant brewery place. It's like they call it a brewery, but like I feel like it's just okay. I do have to say, so it's called Brickworks. They have a few locations, and they have like a little brewing system in there, and they have a crispy boy. I don't know if it's a Pilsner or a lager. I think it's a Pilsner, but it's an Imperial Pilsner. So it's like a 7% Pilsner.
Wow.
It is delicious, but it's like it's delicious, but it's like it's fucking heavy at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but I don't know. It's like not like blow your socks off type of beer, but it's really good food and good beer for being like a local spot.
What else do you need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Station Tap Room, man. I remember seeing they bought that food truck, and I'm like, man, is that your food truck? What are you guys gonna do with it? They're like, I don't know, but we got it. But yeah, they're doing that. They're doing a little Station Tap Room food truck down there at the Kirshner joint.
Yeah, I want to. Hopefully, the rain stays away. Maybe at least for a couple hours, at least.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
so.
going
That
anywhere.
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be home this weekend, and then I don't know what I'm going to do next weekend. And the following weekend, Nathan's coming down.
Oh, nice.
Get to see brother Nathan, and then hopefully we'll do beer discovery that week.
I was going to say, what's our next? Are we still lined up for beer discovery on our
Beer
next
discovery
show?
is the next episode. Then the next episode after that, it's going to be Levante. Hopefully, we're going to do Levante on site.
Yeah.
They say they got some really exciting stuff coming down the line, and they want to release it on our show.
I want to like bring the camera and like walk around.
Like a GoPro.
hopefully, and
maybe I'll get like a GoPro.
Yeah. Hopefully, in a month, we will be. Most people will be vaccinated, or the people that want to be will either be vaccinated or have recently had COVID or something like that. But I want to have everybody come out. Like, it's a Thursday. Let's go out to the stables. Let's have a good time. Let's party. Let's drink. But let's also record a podcast.
Sounds like a Friday off is what that sounds like.
It probably does, but that's what we're going to try to do, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Did they say they want to do it at the stables?
Yes.
They want to do it at the stables, not at the brewery. Cool.
Yeah, we're going to do it at the stables. We're going to invite people. We're going to do something like this. We'll set up the camera. We'll have a 3, 4, 5 people on camera at the same time. We'll drink some beers. We'll have some actual live people watching us. And
so that's the 20th of May.
Yes,
May 20th.
May 20th.
We're free.
Mark that on your calendars. I want you guys to be there.
Mark it down.
We'll be in the audience.
Mark it.
Oh, mark it.
Tuck it.
Ready to wrap it?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. I got an early one tomorrow.
Guys, thanks for hanging out.
Brett, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Right?
Worst of luck to you, right?
Worst of luck to you.
Worst of luck to you. Laura, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All
I just
right.
got left out. I'm like, I guess we're going to cook pizza or something. I don't know.
Hey, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate
Cheers,
you. Everybody that was hanging out with us, we appreciate you. We'll see you guys soon. Later, Evan, thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.